Hey everyone, it's Keely Maryum. Welcome to another weekly vlog. Today is actually the first of Ramadan, which is very exciting. It is about 2 p.m. in the afternoon, so I've been fasting for a few hours already. Not feeling too bad. I'm feeling pretty energized right now, but earlier in the day I was kind of sleepy, to be honest. I think it's just because I need to get used to waking up early to eat. That little shift of schedule, but other than that, I'm feeling good. This Ramadan kind of feels a little bit different for me though, so it's kind of hard to get used to because for one, I'm the only one fasting in the house. Usually I fast with my husband, so this is my first year fasting all by myself alone. But if you watched my last video, I said that my husband had to go home to the Middle East. I was unfortunately unable to go with him. Inshallah, I'll be able to go next time. But yeah, unfortunately he can't be here and I can't be there. I would love to be there, but unfortunately that just couldn't happen. So I'm kind of trying to adjust to this different type of Ramadan, and yeah, it feels strange so far, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful for this. I am actually at my parents' place because I feel a little bit more comfortable being at my parents' place rather than being at home by myself. And I'm able to do that because I'm unemployed this year. But honestly, I'm really grateful to be able to have this extra time to spend with my parents because, yeah, I haven't been able to spend this length of time with my parents in a really long time. Anyways, I don't really have much planned for today because, like I said, I'm unemployed, so it does give me more time to do things that I love though, which is great, but a lot of the time, sometimes I'm like, I don't really know what to do. Anyways, I'm gonna find things for myself to do. I'm gonna keep myself busy. I actually would like to, first of all, make stuffed dates. I usually like to make this every year. Usually I make it the night before Ramadan, the night before fasting, but I'm just gonna make it today. So I'm gonna do a few of those just for a little treat tonight to have with some tea. So I went ahead and cut these dates in half and removed the little pit from inside. They were a little bit challenging because these dates are very gooey and sticky and just they're really good though. They taste amazing, but they're just very sticky, and sometimes it's difficult to get the pit out. These are the dates that I have. These are really, really good. I honestly love them. I've never had this kind of dates before, but they're so good. So what I'm gonna do is just put the peanut butter inside, and then I've already warmed up the chocolate chips. It's not much, and I have to work quickly before this starts hardening again. Otherwise, I'll have to microwave it again. I'm now done with the stuffed dates. They might not look super appetizing, but they're going to be delicious, trust me. So I'm just going to throw these in the fridge so that the chocolate hardens, and then I can have this later after I break my fast with some tea. So I'm really excited for that. I'm looking forward to these. It almost tastes like a chocolate bar. It's so good. And especially the dates, they're gooey and just kind of chewy. They give it a really good texture. Hey everyone, so it's currently the 5th day of Ramadan today, and honestly I feel like it's flying by so fast. I don't know where the time's gone, even though it's still early. It just feels like these 5 days have gone by so quickly, and it's only the beginning. So I can only imagine how fast the rest of Ramadan is gonna go. So yeah, I am in my childhood bedroom. Excuse the purple walls. Also, I apologize if I'm talking a little bit too quietly. It is a little bit late at night, and I'm just kind of trying to be mindful of everybody else in this house. So I will try to fix that in editing, but I'm sorry if it is a little bit too quiet. So yeah, for tonight, I thought I would do some henna. I did some last night on my hand here. It's not very good because I did it in the dark. It was very dark, and so I messed up a lot of it. And I didn't leave it on very long, so yeah, so some of it's already fading really badly. I thought I would do some more again today, and I thought I would film at the same time and maybe chat, maybe catch up a little bit. Yeah, I brought some tea. I have a huge thermos of tea, and of course you always have to have cookies with tea, so I have some cookies at the side. The henna that I'm using is actually literally from last Eid, so it's quite old, it's expired, but I did do my research and apparently it's safe to use. It's just that the stain won't look as nice and it won't last for as long. But make sure you do your own research on that because I don't want anybody to hurt themselves from taking my advice because I could be wrong. I don't really know what I'm doing for a design. I'm just kind of winging it. Also, I'm not very good at it. The first time I did my own henna was last Ramadan, and yeah, I'm not very good at it, but it's okay. I don't know if I can do this and talk at the same time if I'm being honest, but I'm gonna try to multitask. There, first line is done. Yeah, so this Ramadan is definitely feeling weird for me. And I feel like the one thing that feels so different is Ramadan nights. Because usually at night, I feel like everyone really loves Ramadan nights because it's so like quiet, it's peaceful. Like I'm used to sitting around drinking tea with my husband and like obviously having cookies here and there and stuff like that. And like, you know, like watching lectures and like just sitting around together and like hanging out, just like being in each other's company. That's all that I have so far. I feel like in a way I kind of like overshot the goals that I was gonna do this Ramadan, mostly especially in terms of like the books that I plan to read. Like I know I did like a Ramadan TBR before Ramadan, and honestly I'm a little bit worried that I won't get through them, but in all honesty it's not like that important. If I don't get through them, I can read them all throughout the year and they're still just as beneficial. I feel like at first I was kind of getting like a little bit stressed out at the, like with the first few days of Ramadan. I was getting a little bit stressed out because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do all this stuff. And then also on top of it, I wanted to kind of set a goal for myself in terms of like Arabic. Like I wanted to learn like 10 new words a day, and then I ended up changing it to 7 to 10, so that way I give myself a little bit of leeway. I'm not putting too much pressure on myself to do it every single day. Like I can make up for it another day. So that's not necessarily like an Islamic goal per se, but it is like a kind of like a personal goal that I was like, okay, I would like to also do this because I would like to spend the time focusing on Arabic because it is something that I definitely need. I definitely need to pick up the pace. I think I'm gonna have to do the rest of this off camera because I just feel like I can't really like talk and like do this at the same time, you know, like it's a little bit too distracting. But this is like all that I have so far, and I've just been like talking and talking, so I will get back to you with the final results, I guess. So this here is the final result. I actually quite like it. It's obviously not like perfect. There's like errors like with these lines. I smudged them a little bit and stuff like that. And these vines, I'm still working on getting my vines a little bit better because they're not like super defined or anything like that. They're just kind of like, they sometimes just kind of like look like blobs, I guess. And then this rose here, I've never done one of those, and it was like really fun to do, and I actually kind of like the way it looks. I'm just outside the Dollar Tree. You can see it behind me there. I just wanted to go to pick up a few, maybe some like DIY things just for something to do because I want to kind of like keep myself a little bit more occupied. I'm thinking maybe I'll pick up like a canvas and maybe I'll paint. I don't know how much filming I'm gonna get done in there because it's a small town and people aren't really used to that. It's now been a day since you last saw me, and so I did pick up some things from the Dollar Tree, and most of it is like paint, but I did get some other things. So I'll just start with the paint. I got like this green, this like mossy green paint. I love this. It's not really showing up, I don't think, properly on camera, but it's like a really pretty, like kind of like an earthy toned green, and I really love green lately. It's becoming like kind of like my favorite color. And then I also got this pink, which I think like pink and green kind of go well together. Again, it's not really showing up properly on camera, like the colors, but in real life they seem to look good together at least. And then I did get a white. I got this it's kind of like a warm white, and I figured I would rather like kind of like warm up those colors a little bit, make them a little bit more warm toned. They did have a white like kind of like this, the cap, or like the sticker here, but I just thought it would be like too bright and too like in your face, so I decided to go with this warm white. I will try to put like my inspiration on the screen somewhere here, just so that you can see kind of what I'm going for, because it's really hard to kind of explain. Also, yesterday I wasn't able to find the right brushes that I needed, and turns out my dad had some the whole time. These are the kind of brushes that I'm going to be needing. So what I'm most excited about that I got from Dollar Tree were 2 little candle holders. I got 2 of these. They're like a glass. They seem to be like pretty good quality, like it's pretty thick. I'm trying to kind of add like really cheap decor, I guess you could say, because I'm kind of on a budget and I really want to decorate my place. Also, I forgot I picked up this canvas for $1.50, which is actually seems like a pretty good price. I'm also not like somebody who paints. Like I don't think I've ever really painted anything, so this could be interesting. I unfolded a cardboard box and put it down here because I don't want to ruin my mom's tablecloth, and I didn't have any newspaper that I could use, which would have been, I think, a little bit better. But this works too, so yeah, that's just why this is down here. I think my plan is that I want it to look a little bit darker, and so I'm going to put mostly green down at first, and I'm going to make that most of what you see. And then I'll put a little bit of pink and then a little bit of the white, and maybe I'll try to put the pink and the white together to try to mute out this pink a little bit, because I don't want it to be too bright. Like I want the main focus to kind of be the green. I don't really know the method to this, so I'm just gonna kind of pour it on, I guess. This isn't really how I hoped it would turn out, but yeah, I just keep adding more and more paint, and I think I have to stop doing that by now because it's not really fixing anything. Adding more paint, I think, is just going to make it take a really long time to dry, or I don't even know if this is going to fully dry at all. It's not really turning out the way that I wanted it, at least. So unfortunately, this attempt at a DIY that I found on TikTok did not work out the way that I had hoped. I think it's really just like my technique. Like I just kind of went in without a technique. I just kind of put all the colors on, and I probably should have done them at least in sections and then maybe like layered them somehow. I don't know. Also, these colors weren't what I was expecting. Like this green was a lot brighter than I was expecting it to be, and so I kind of hoped that it would be like darker, and then there would be 2 brighter colors to kind of like pop out, I guess. Definitely not gonna hang this in my apartment. Also, it's very messy, a very messy DIY. I also got paint on my clothes, which I'm gonna have to really hurry to try to get this off of here. I'm a little bit disappointed in this one, I'm not gonna lie, but at least I didn't spend a whole lot of money on it. It was like literally everything was like $1.50, like each of the paints were $1.50. The canvas was $1.50. I would like to try to paint again though, so maybe in the future I'll try to paint something else. Maybe it's just, this is just not for me, like this DIY. I think that's it for this vlog. I know that there wasn't really like a whole lot to this vlog, and it was a lot of like, I guess just like making things, doing DIYs. I don't know, I kind of had fun with it. I love doing DIYs. If you guys want to see more like DIYs and things like that, obviously this one was a complete fail, but I would love to do more. Thank you all for watching, and please make sure to like and subscribe.